All right. Good morning, kids. How are we today? Now, I know we all wish we could be at school again. I know we all wish we could go into the new building, into our new classroom that we never got to go into. But I thought, with the power of imagination, here's the next best thing. Yeah, it's like we're at school, yeah? Anyways, let's get started. All right. Now, before we start, let's have a quick recap of yesterday's work. Now, let's have a look at English first. Now, do you guys remember what the word sub means? It means under or below, okay? Now, a lot of you guys got this question wrong, okay? Millie liked going to her grandma's as they got to ride on a lot of you guys wrote submarine. Now, has anyone here ever rode a submarine to get anywhere? No. The correct answer would be, can you see, subway, okay? Actually, the correct answer would be subway. There we go. Now, do you guys know what a subway is? It's a train that goes underground, okay? Now, that makes a lot more sense than taking a submarine to someone's house, yeah? Cool. All right, now let's have a quick look back on our math work from yesterday. Now, some of you guys did get this, so if you did understand it, then you can have a bit of a snooze for a while. But for those who didn't, let's take a look at the second question, 14 over 4. Now, how can we simplify that? Now, what does that division, sorry, I just gave away the answer. What does that fraction line in between the numerator and denominator mean again? It means division, yeah? So let's have a look at this whiteboard. Ooh, hang on, just take off the background so you can see. All right, 14 over 4, yeah? We know that that line is another way of just writing division, okay? So what if we wrote it out like this? 4 divided by 14. Now that looks a lot easier, yeah? 14 into 4, how many times does that go into there without going over? 3, and what's the remainder? 2, okay? So what we can do then is turn it back into a fraction. The answer would be 3 and 2 remainder, and we remember that the denominator is 4. Okay, that would be the first answer. But look closely, you can simplify this even more. Just looking at the numerator and the denominator, what do they have in common? The number 2, okay? So we can actually simplify that to be 1 over 2, okay? Because 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. There you go. If you apply this technique for all of that whole page, you'll get them all correct. Trust me. All right, now another thing we have to look at is the second page of that math work from yesterday. Now over here, the first thing we need to find is the improper fraction. Let's do the first one together. First step, count the pieces in each shape. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we know that the denominator is going to be 4. And then you count the colored in bits or the shaded bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the answer there should be 4 over 15, yeah? Now, how do we change that into a mixed number? Same way we did with the first page, see? 15 divided by 4, how many times does it go in? 3, how much remainder? Because 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 remainder. So the answer would be 3 and 3 over 4, okay? So just remember, a mixed number is pretty much a division with a remainder, okay? and just remember the denominator is still the same. So let's have a look at the second one. Whoop, the answer's already there. But, okay, so first step, count the pieces in each shape. So there's 1, 2. We know the denominator is 2. Now, just count the shaded bits. Let me just get out the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 over 2. Okay, that's how we got that. Now, let's turn that into a mixed number. 7 divided by 2 equals what? 3 and 1 remainder. 3, 1 remainder, and then keep the same denominator, which is 2. It's that simple, kids. All right, kids, now for literacy today, we're going to do some punctuation, and we're going to look at inverted commas or talking marks, okay? Now, let's have a look at this example. There are 2 places where other forms of punctuation are needed when writing direct speech. Now, let's have a look at the example. What's the matter, Dina? Said Sid. Okay, you need to end the speaking with a comma or a question mark if it's a question, an exclamation mark if it is an exclamation. And that part where it says said Sid, you'll need to finish your sentence with a full stop after the reporting clause. Remember that word, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so here's a few examples at the bottom. Examples of other punctuation in direct speech are, "How exciting it is," exclaimed Sarah. Notice as well, after the exclamation, the reporting clause, or where it says exclaimed Sarah, it's still lowercase, okay? It's still part of the same sentence, okay? And yeah, let's go to the next page. Okay, here's a reporting clause. This is something new. After the speech itself, a reporting clause gives a little bit of information about who is speaking and how it was said. So what's the matter, Dina? Said Sid. So that part where it says said Sid, that's the reporting clause, okay? Because Sid is one speaking. Now, if you look at the bottom there, if Sid said this in a different way, the reporting clause could have been changed to asked Sid, or whispered Sid, or uttered Sid, or even shouted Sid, okay? Notice as well, even after the question marks, it's still lowercase because it's still part of the same sentence, okay? All right, so today for literacy, I want you guys to go through this slide. You'll get to these slides where it's got people talking in speech marks. I want you guys to write out just the speech bubbles in your books and correctly punctuate it, okay? Good. And you'll also get to this section with the frogs. All you need to do is write what you think the frog is saying, the frogs are saying, with the correct punctuation as well, okay? And then just punctuate this last page correctly. Write them all out in your books. Good luck. All right, kids, now finally for maths today. Now, make sure you look at the activities in Seesaw and watch that video before doing this, okay? Because some of this can be a little bit tricky, okay? Especially the first set of questions when you have to put the numbers in order from smallest to largest, okay? Watch that video, it'll explain perfectly, okay? Now, one other thing that might trip you guys up is this question with the triangles. Now, it's a bit hard to see from there, so it's probably easier if you draw out, instead of going from that, draw them out in a box like this and then shade them in, okay? Let's do this one together. I'll stop sharing. Okay. So we've got 12 boxes here, 7 out of 12. Let's color them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and 3 out of 4. No, 3 over 4 would look like this. 2 and 3. Okay, so just by looking at that, which one is larger? I'll leave that for you to answer. Okay, good luck. All right, kids, that's it for today. All the best with your work. If you have any questions, please contact me on Microsoft Teams. That's what I'm here for, to help you, okay? Good luck. Bye-bye.